So basically we were talking about red and black, and the importance of that is that the system can tell you when you're going to be short of something without you having to go look at all these details. So it would just show up as red if there's a new planned order in that time period. So let's talk about how the planned orders come about, which I think will drive to your question. So these are all planned orders and or scheduled batches. So once I convert something to a planned order to a batch, it's firmed by definition. I've already looked at it. So let's scroll down a little bit and see the details of what this is seeing. So this quantity on hand is an inventory. This is what I've got available. We happen to be looking at bottles of beer, and it's there. It's being taken into consideration. If you had the luxury of being able to keep a safety stock, it would take that into consideration as well, and that is for planning purposes, it would take the safety stock away from the quantity on hand and basically say I never want to go under my safety stock. That's the idea behind it. A lot of breweries don't have the luxury of that. They're shipping everything they got. And so I can have a safety stock of bottles, cans, and kegs. I can also have a safety stock of bright beer. I can have a safety stock of wort, etc. So I can really dial in the safety stocks. So basically what I want to show you here, these are all the transactions that the system found. I'll be talking about what those are in a second, but they're all lined up by date. And the projected on hand is the quantity on hand after that transaction happened. So it's basically an available to promise or a running inventory into the future. Kind of put yourself back in time with my data. So the first kind of 5 or 6 records that we're seeing here are sales orders. You wouldn't recognize them as that, but those are sales orders. So somebody has gone into our distribution system and put in sales orders for certain dates for certain quantities. In effect, they're committing that inventory. Okay. This can go oversold, and when it does, that's when a planned order happens, and you'll see that occur in just a second. So here are all of my sales orders that I've got. I'm going to skip past this planned order stuff for just a second and come right down into these orders for a second, and specifically this 500. This 500 is what is starting the chain reaction. This is where I ultimately am short of my inventory. You know, I'm coming into these transactions with 452, and I eventually run out of that inventory, and that's where the system starts going, oh, wait a second, now I need some planned orders. I've got to start getting some inventory on hand, so here's my shortage. And it just continues to get worse until eventually I hit a forecast, etc. So that's what the chain reaction that started my planned orders were. Now, in my system, what I would probably do to address this is I would go do a single production run or a packaging run of, let's say, 1,200 units, and that would cover all this. So as soon as I do that, as soon as I tell the system, yep, I'm planning to do 1,200, these disappear. But it's my way of, it's the system's way of telling me that I'm going to be short on these particular dates. And those numbers that we're seeing listed here are the same ones that are listed right here. So this view is just my exceptions. It's just showing me what I need to package by whatever date I need to do that. And I can even have a packaging lead time, and I see a 1-day lead time here. Okay. So the idea behind it is it's netting my supply and my demand, and mostly we've seen demand. These are actual hard sales orders here, but I've also got a forecast record here. So we also deal with forecasts.